Okay, we're here on the 5-minute bark, and we've got a great new guest here today. Something I'm really interested in learning about, and we have an energy worker here today, and his name is Chad McKinney from, why don't you name your company, because I keep on messing it up.
One Love Energy Work.
One Love Energy Work, and he does amazing energy work with women. And we've been doing a lot of focus on women lately and trying to help them with some different things or share with them some different things on our show. And we've been pretty damn successful so far. So we've had some great guests, and now you're here today with some energy work. Tell us about energy work. Oh, first off, let's hear a little bit about you.
With myself.
Tell us some energy about you.
You know, for me, like I live my life to the fullest, man. You know, like if I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And
I like that.
If there's a breath in my body, it's going to be done. Yeah. And ultimately, I get out of the way too and go with the flow. And just my journey is within now, and you know, enjoying the peace, and just every day I always want to be a better me than I was yesterday.
That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
That's awesome. Originally
grew up in Rockford, Illinois, Loves Park, Illinois.
Yeah,
close to Chicago.
Very familiar with that. I'm a ex-BMXer, so Rockford BMX was a very popular thing. Go ahead, keep going.
Man. Yeah, Bob's Bike Shop, man. I remember back in the day over there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, moved out to San Diego. I went to Illinois State, graduated there, traveled around the world for about a year with a backpack around Europe and Asia.
A backpack and you around Europe, huh?
Yeah.
What was your favorite place in Europe?
You know, every single place was different, man. Every place offered its own beauty that, like, I just couldn't ever communicate. You know, like sometimes those moments where you're just standing in that corner and you see, is the birds flying? You see the people walking over here across the street, and just that moment when you connect. Looking out the train, or the woman on my way from Napoli to Sicily that reminded me of my Aunt Florence that gave me a hamburger when I was starving. You know, like just these different experiences. Just like
awesome.
I could never. I'd say in the whole trip, if I was going to put it in place, like up there, it would be Koh Phi Phi, Thailand.
Okay.
That was
awesome.
Yeah, that was an experience.
I've heard so many good things about that. So backpacking too.
San Diego, came out here 10 years ago.
Wow.
Been here 10 years now. Started a charity back in 2006 when I arrived, and that's called Aware.
Okay.
And website's awarerecycling.com.
Still up?
It's still up. It's in the rebuilding stage. We had some things happen before. It was basically mind, heart, body, soul, man. Like blood, sweat, tears.
Yeah.
That's what it was for a long duration of time, man.
But it's good that you started a charity that early in your life, and that's exciting.
Thanks.
Tells of your character, of course, and
thank you.
And obviously from the Midwest, you're a good person already, just by even saying that, you know, these days.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so energy work from Chicago area, living in San Diego now, and now you're doing this exclusively?
I go to school as well, so I'm going to Walden University. I'm getting my doctorate in psychology right now with an emphasis on teaching. And other than that, this, and then the charity's in the rebuilding stage, and I got a few other side projects and passions. You know,
we always do. We always do.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more about energy work and what's it all about. I'm so curious because, you know, I've heard about it from you and our previous podcast that we just forgot to delete. I mean, forgot to hit the record button, but I want to hear it again. And also, some friends of mine who actually referred you have explained it in many ways of how cool it is and how impactful it is for women who are in tough times.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. The recording's in the ether somewhere anyway. Some people can tend to tap into it.
Yeah,
right. For the energy work, it's basically removing blockages using Kundalini energy, or life force energy, it's also known as, and going in there, connecting into the oneness, and allowing the energy to do what it already knows it's supposed to do. It has the high intelligence. It's divine. And so it's just us getting out of the way and allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
And so removing blockages, whether they be emotional, physical, sexual, which are very prevalent in our culture, mental, energetic, whatever, even past life stuff. Once we remove those blockages, we allow the energy to circulate on its natural path. We have several natural paths of our energy circuits. Mantak Chia talks a lot about this as well.
Right.
And once that happens, that allows us to be who we came on this planet to be, to manifest what we want, to be co-creators in this existence. And, you know, some people can have something where they, like, say someone going through an addiction, for example, they want to stop, and, you know, their mind and their heart are saying it, I want to stop. But their wills are weak, you know, and that's not their fault. I mean, it's just the pattern of behavior that had led to that weakened will. And so that's where basically removing these energy blockages, which could show up as they could show up as stagnations, they could show up as like abundances and just like overbearing amount, or they could also show up like basically almost like holes, where it's like sucking the energy in, and it prevents everything from even getting close to reaching the next chakra and the destination,
right,
or the next rotation.
Does it take a long time to explain to your clients a little more about how this all works, or they just kind of just trust you when they jump on? Is it a table they go onto, or
they go onto a table? Okay. I've done sessions. I did a session 2 weeks ago with a woman with cerebral palsy, and her chair was able to roll back, and so I did a session there. And I'm flexible, the table travels with me, or I do them at home.
Right.
And I steer people directly to my website initially, and I have a common question section there, just because I don't want to repeat myself 9,000 times,
Yeah.
And so then from there, once they have a basic understanding of it, then I answer any questions they need.
Right.
And a lot of it's being comfortable and open to it, and it's an act of courage to go in there and say, I want to change.
Right.
I'm not happy with the way my life is. I want to make a conscious effort to change this moment.
Right.
And
so why women? Why only women do you work with?
I'm influenced, one by Shantam Nityama, Shofar, a good friend of mine, Fosho Energy Work, Sasha Cobra, them, and Osho. And my school that I had studied under is Tantra.
Okay.
And Tantra goes into basically, when you go deep enough into our existence, our poles are different for men and women.
Okay.
So as a divine masculine, my positive pole is in my root, or my penis, whatever you want to call it, my root chakra.
Yep.
My negative pole is in my chest or my heart chakra. As a woman, her positive pole is in her heart chakra, her negative pole is in her root.
Right.
And so when you connect into the oneness, that's how, when a man and woman are together, that's how that circuit is formed, and that's when you go into the oneness instead of just being two people come together.
So for men, is it usually a woman that does it, or is there such thing as energy healing for men?
Yeah, actually, Sasha Cobra is very, she's a student, to say the least, of Shantam Nityama's.
Okay.
And she does work with men all over the world.
Okay.
And so it's definitely can be done. And I mean, I've seen women work with women and all that kind of stuff too. But for my preference, like, you could go into the oneness and switch your poles and all that kind of stuff. But for my preference,
the women,
I'd much rather teach women how to do this down the road and let them work on men, because there's a need for it so much already.
So much. Awesome. So in many cases, you've helped people out. Is there any specific you can kind of share with us today that's like really kind of changed somebody's life, or change their emotions, or change their love for the world, or?
Every session is different, like I've had my one of the women that I worked with, she's one of the testimonies on there, Sophia. She came to me, we did a session. She had scar tissue in her uterus, and she'd had 3 children by C-section, and the doctors couldn't even find her fallopian tubes, and they're, it's life-threatening, you can't have kids again, everything else, we're gonna need surgery. We did a session, she returned, they did a sonogram, they couldn't find a trace of scar tissue at all.
Wow.
Completely healthy, could have kids again whenever she wants. She actually just got engaged a couple days ago, and just basically, so that's an example right there. A lot of women just have been releasing things that they've carried with them for so long. And one woman I did a session with up in LA, she just basically is like, I'd been carrying all that with me for so long. When I finally met the real me, I almost didn't recognize her. And that was pretty powerful to see, because she went through a whole range of emotions, from crying to pleasure to release and everything you could imagine during the session right there.
How many sessions does a woman usually need or take? Are they continue? They always continue?
I would love for it to be just one session and be done. The one thing I really want to always drive home with everybody is, one, it's not me. I'm being a vessel for this energy to flow through. Right. And everything that happens, anything they feel is already within inside them. Mm-hmm. They don't need me for it. I'm blessed and honored to be a vessel for it, but they can always go within on their own.
Yep.
I've done sessions with women who are actually, I've done 3 or 4 sessions with women who are actually, they take their own personal development and self-realization very seriously even. And I've still done 3 or 4 sessions with them because just different things throughout and that's over like 18 months.
Right.
Different things will build up in their lifestyle and they're like, oh, I need a session again. Or they'll fall back into old habits.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like starting at ground zero and clearing space. And you just, as long as you take, this is something to clear energy out and do whatever you want with it from there. And then if you can push forth and do your own work, like that's when it's really beautiful, because then you get so many different manifestations that come into your life and so many different releases, and those people who are no longer meant to be in your life, who no longer serve to better you towards your higher self, they dissipate. There's nothing confrontational. They just disappear and fall off. The whole rising tide raises all ships. Some ships just aren't ready to set sail.
Right.
And
it's a good analogy.
Thank you for that. It's not judging them or saying I'm better, worse than them or whatever.
Course.
It's just like, that's just where you are and that's your nature for the moment. And this is where I am. And that's what happens from there.
I know I'm doing a lot of personal transformation work myself. And it's really hard to let go of the let go. For me, it's been tough. I work with a company, Higher Brain Living out of Mission Valley with Jim Case. We have another podcast called Made in America we work very closely with. And I just have a hard time letting go myself. It's what's that thing that's going to take me to just let go, and sure, I've let go a lot more than I have before, but I know there's a lot more that needs to be let go in my life and all the things I experience. There's a lot of tension built up from either being an athlete or being so cautious in my past and previous work and all these different things. But now it's like, I've literally changed my occupation so I can be more free and say the things I want to do and do the things I want to do, because prior to I had to be more politically correct, so to speak. And, that makes our world pent up, as you see.
It drives you crazy, man. Yeah. And playing the game,
everybody thinks this politically correct stuff is working, and it's not working at all. And, it isn't. People can't be who they want to be. They have to, say things nicely, and it really is just a put off for later, And so, yeah, I'm feeling it, and I'm looking forward to letting go, and I'm sure I'll be working toward that in the future. So
that's cool. Every day, man. Every day is a realization.
They say, if you do 1% in many areas of your life every day, you're going ahead far. So
yeah,
it's really exciting. So any other great information you can give for women that may be seeking you out, or some symptoms they may want to say, listen, this is definitely something for you?
It varies, because I know
you don't like self-promotion or anything like that, but
Thank you. Well, for anything, is whatever, there has to be a state of openness and readiness for this too, and once you're open and ready for it, like, I can't care about someone's health more than they care about their own health.
Right.
And so if they genuinely have a desire to better themselves, like, any aspect of life, I truly feel like the deeper we go into this energy, the more that it can just perform, so-called miracles. Honestly, be honest with you, and because it's not me doing it, it's not Chad McKinney doing it, It's this energy doing it. God, love, light, peace, whatever we call it.
Right.
In terms of like doing that, like you said, that letting go part is very difficult. It's one of the easiest things to do in the world and the hardest things to do in the world at the same time.
Yeah, it's you're so right on that. It's when you let go, the day just flows. When you hold on, everything just tightens up.
Yeah.
Everything gets complicated. Everything gets stressful. Everything just doesn't get thought through right. It's just amazing. But when you let go and go forward, it's just amazing.
Things come into your existence that you get that phone call. You get $2,000 in the mail for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea how that happened. And all you did was work on your personal joy and happiness.
Yeah. At the same time, the world we live in requires not just letting go every day, because if every day was letting go, then we wouldn't have the ability to experience that letting go is so nice. So there's kind of like there's a rainy day and there's a thunder and lightning day, and that's how we all exist, and that's how our planet exists. It's not sunny and perfect like this every day. We'd get bored with it,
Yeah.
So I think that, there has to be a little of both in there, but we'd rather have more of the allowing days for sure.
Always, man. And, that goes to peace.
Yep.
Ancient Kemet teaches, ancient Egypt, the 11 laws of Mayat. They teach Ra'un Nefer Amin teaches your peace. If you can maintain your peace through either one, that's basically the goal. That's where that fluctuation happens.
Mm-hmm.
The other stuff's going to come and go, but as you're able to maintain your peace through the things in life, that's where you get more spiritual power as well. That's where you go deeper into who you truly are, is peace. And when you get to that place of fluctuating between peace and love, anger and stuff like that can come and go, but just witness it versus being attached to it. Like, I am angry versus, oh, there's anger, cool. And just watching it go by, the clouds in the sky, the way I give a lot of analogies with women I work with, or the waves in the ocean. And, like, no cloud can ever stay in the sky.
Yep.
You can see a cloud, like, the cloud can give the illusion of blocking out the sun, but really that's just an illusion. I mean, like, it would take over 10,000 Earths to block out the sun. It's just from where we're standing, how we look at it. And that's where it becomes like, oh, it's a dark, dreary day. But when we maintain our peace through all of this, it's just going, yeah. And you can still be in that state of letting go at that point.
Right.
Because you're maintaining your peace, and you can still have goals and objectives. That's part of life too. We came in this planet with these physical temples for a reason, and enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
But, to be attached or to say forcing things, I think that's when we're kind of stepping outside of the free flow and allowing it to become more of a thing of ego versus something of just a natural, organic evolution, a spiral of who we truly are.
I agree totally. Absolutely, totally agree. Okay, so how about this? Is there any kind of tip we can give anybody, or something they can kind of maybe do to work on their own energy?
Oh man, yeah, it's easy because everybody
Some
can.
Exercises or something like that, or
Qigong is phenomenal. Meditation is phenomenal. Qigong.
And how do you spell that? Because I'm not a good speller.
You could have Qi is spelled a few different ways. It's spelled, I was gonna say which one, but Qi is spelled Qi, or Chi is spelled Qi.
Okay.
And then Gong is Gong.
Okay.
Qigong.
Okay.
And so that's basically connecting with the energy, and that's where you can start doing the work on your own organs and send the energy. Master Yao over East Coast. I think he's in Atlanta right now. It has some excellent work with Qigong, Fosho energy.
What's his name again? Very slow.
Master Yao.
Master Yao.
Y-A-O.
Okay.
Morris. Fosho energy work. He does great work with Qigong as well. He introduced me to Qigong.
I'm going to have to write that down after the show here for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Breath is another very powerful way. And there's some people who are connected with their energy and they don't even know it. Like they just don't articulate it in this way, but they do. And a lot of times you see it with, like, you'll see people like athletes, for example, like, oh man, the guy from the Warriors, when he dropped 35 in that second quarter, third quarter, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I can't believe I gone blank on it.
The microphone will do that to you.
I think he just pissed me off against the Cavs. Yeah. Why, man? I forgot him. But
yeah, no. There you go.
But Thompson. There we go. Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
You saw him drop 35 and he couldn't miss. That's
right.
when you're connected with your energy. That's when you're moving. That's when you're in that state of presence. A lot of that comes.
It's amazing when you are. I've experienced it before in golf, for example. It's a very mental game. It's, of course, physical comes into play, but when you're aligned with the game, you can make a putt from anywhere. You can hit a golf ball within 2 feet of a pin in consistency, and then the next day you can just be all over the map. I mean, all over the map, and that's totally has to do with energy and alignment and all of that. And if people think if people think otherwise, they're just so wrong. It's just any sport. You need that alignment. Any relationship, you need that alignment. Anything in life, it's so important to understand alignment.
Right. Presence, alignment, exactly.
Presence and alignment. Exactly.
Same thing, I've experienced that with boxing. When I was boxing, I know there's times like, my coach, he broke my nose, 2 weeks before the Golden Glove tournament. And then there's other times where I'm in the middle of it and I have my hands down and I'm dodging every single thing he's throwing.
Yeah.
And, that's just being in the moment and getting out of the way. There's a few different things, like in terms of listeners right now can do. One, like connecting with your breath, is one of the most powerful things. The breath and the body are a compass. Mm-hmm. Am I feeling stress? That's just the body saying you're not present in the moment right now.
Right.
Am I pissed off? Am I sad, depressed, whatever? You're just not present in the moment, and don't judge yourself for it. Be like, thank yourself. Like, oh, thank you for
easy on yourself. Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know this, and then you connect with the breath. In Hindu culture, that's called prana. Yep. Prana means life. You connect with your breath, you're connecting with the moment as well. You're connecting with the breath of God. Another thing is awareness, which is a very powerful thing, and that really focuses and hones in our self into the moment. And, do the mundane with like presence even. If I'm washing dishes, I'm fully present there. If I'm doing anything, I'm fully present, especially if I'm making love or anything else. I'm fully present. It's a whole nother dynamic at that point. And with that awareness, men can put their awareness. Shantam Nityama and Sasha Cobra talk a lot about this. Full Show Energy as well. You can put your Mantak Chia, everybody. You can put your awareness. As a man, I could put my awareness in the head of my dick.
Right.
And that's going to create a different type of dynamic. It's going to ground me more. As a woman, that's my positive pull. Right. As a woman, she can put her awareness fully into her heart, into her chest. That's her positive pull. You're going to attract more positive things into your life. And that helps to ground you. That helps to center you. And that helps to bring you fully present into the moment. And it's amazing once we do that, because we can always do it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Such great information here today on the show.
Thanks.
Wow. Is there a cost for this? Or what do you usually charge?
First session it's a self-support ministry. First session is $200.
Very, very reasonable.
Thank you. For $200 for first session, $300 for follow-ups. But I will, and I always drive this home, I will never, ever, ever turn down anybody for a lack of money. Right. Because it's not right. I'm serving as a vessel for this, Right. Like, I've worked with women who live in shelters. I've worked with women who brought me a bag of apples. Right. And God bless them, because that's what they gave, like, that's all you have and that's what you give. That's beautiful. Right. That's more than somebody giving $20,000 when they have $1 billion. Yep. It's both are beautiful and both are welcome, and I'll accept both. Yeah. But, so yeah, that's the pricing. I do sessions on Skype as well. I had a session with several sessions on Skype that have been very successful. One was with a woman in Australia.
Same price as well? Yeah.
Yeah, it donation based, but yeah, that's just exactly same price as well. She's actually looking to organize a workshop out there for me to go out pretty soon for that. So,
that's awesome.
Thank you, man.
That's awesome.
Definitely cool.
Awesome. So, energy healing with Chad McKinney here today, and he's also offered, since we have a lot of beautiful ladies listening to our show here today, he's offered to give away 2 free sessions. 2. And if you mentioned 5-minute bark to him, so he would offer 2 free sessions to you guys. And I appreciate you doing that, because
welcome.
We'll find out who calls in the audience. And that's just awesome. That's really awesome. And again, he comes to me highly recommended. So we don't even have to worry about the recommendation thing. He comes highly recommended here on the show. And we had to seek him out, and thank God he gave us the time to speak here today on our show. And this has been awesome to listen to him explain all this to me, the energy healing portion for women here today. So we're going to thank Chad for coming on the show. Thank you so much, Chad, for coming here today. We're already way past 20 minutes, if you can believe that.
Wow, that happened
fast. And you've shared a lot here today. And again, if you're listening out there and you want to take advantage, he's offered 2. We can't do more than that, because he's got to make a living, unfortunately. We all do. And 2 free sessions. And if you want to contact him as well to have him as a energy healer in your life and change your life, his website is
www.
Everybody puts www. You don't have to do that anymore.
I know, man. It's like I'm on AOL dial-up still, man.
Yeah. Try it again.
So it's onelovetantra.com.
Onelovetantra.com.
And one is spelled out O-N-E, love, of course, L-O-V-E, Tantra, T-A-N-T-R-A.com.
Awesome. Do you have a Facebook page as well? Should they
I don't have one for the business, but yeah, they're welcome to friend me. Anybody who wants to friend me is automatically, any friend of yours is a friend of mine, man.
Great.
Chad McKinney.
All right. On Facebook. Awesome. Yeah. Chad, thanks you again for coming in here today.
Awesome.
This has been great. Audience, you heard it all. If you want to reach him, go to his website. And you heard also about the special offer here today. Thanks again, everybody, for listening from the 5-Minute Bark.